time to get ready for Valentine's Day, and so we are going to pair wine and chocolate today. And I'm going to rate them, tell you how they are, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Wine and chocolate are Valentine gold. If you are looking for that perfect gift for that special someone, you cannot go wrong with wine, you cannot go wrong with chocolate. But will they work together? That's the big question today. We're going to try 4 different pairings and we're going to rate them. I'm putting them together how I think they're going to go, and we're going to taste them together to see if they really do go well together. The thing with chocolate is that it can be so super sweet that if it's paired with a really dry or bitter wine, then it can fight each other, and we don't want a fighting in our mouth. So we're going to start off with a simple Cabernet Sauvignon, and we're going to try to open this. So we're going to pour, not going to do full glasses today, but a cab, and then we're going to pair this with a cherry chocolate. We want to make sure that the tannins and the bitterness and the sweetness and the notes work together. This is just a simple cherry chocolate that you can find at Aldi's, and it comes in these little squares. We're going to take 1 square. First, let's take a bite of the chocolate. This is a darker chocolate with a super sweet cherry inside. It gives you the cherry cordials, the Christmas vibe. And now we're going to pair it with our wine. My first sip, I thought, oh no, it's going to fight too much because this might be too dry. But when you just let it bloom in your mouth, just let the flavors come together, it actually works pretty well. The cherry really helps this. The fruitiness of the cab and the cherry and the chocolate really work well together. So this is a good pairing. Let me double check for science. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. So that's our first one. So then our next one, we're going to go a slightly different route, and we're going to go to the land of Dubai. So I have a Dubai chocolate, and this Dubai chocolate is your standard pistachio cream and milk chocolate. We are going to pair this. We're going to pair this with a lighter wine, a white, or a rosé. What about a rosé? Let's try this rosé. So now we're going to pair the rosé with the pistachio chocolate. So you can kind of see inside you have the pistachios and you have a cream. So we're going to mix. I'm hoping that the nuttiness and the sweetness pairs well with the roundness of the rosé. Let's do this backwards. Let's do the sip of the wine first. It's a little dry, but it's fruity. So let's do the chocolate. Very rich, very sweet. Now let's pair them together. Chocolate, rosé. Yeah, they fight too much. The rosé is not going to be a good pick. I think I want to go, I'm going to go back to this Cabernet, because it's a richer, darker. We'll see if this works together. That works better. That works better because, again, it's kind of the fruitiness, the undertones match. But I will tell you, probably the best wine to try is the one that's behind me. We're going to go with a ice wine. This is an ice Riesling, and this is from the Yakima Valley. I love a good dessert wine, ice wine. So we're going to try this one. So again, take a bite. Take a sip. Absolutely perfect together, because it's the sweetness, it's the milk chocolate kind of with the sweeter wine. Mixes really well because it doesn't clash. It clashed with the too dry of the rosé, but it works really, really wonderfully with this ice wine. This would work really well with any sweeter wine, maybe a port. Nice. Now these ice wines are a little bit more expensive, and you get a smaller bottle because it's concentrated. So I really do enjoy these ice wines. You usually get a much smaller amount in your bottles because it takes so much more grapes. They actually have to let they have to let the grapes freeze or just get really cold on the grapevines. And then once it gets cold, it really, the sugars come out, and then they pick it. And then you need a lot more volume to make these ice wines. Here's another one that I have, and this one's the Ice Wine Vidal, and it's from Canada. So this is another option. So that was the pistachio one with the ice wine. Next I want to do everybody's favorite, peanut butter and chocolate. And this is is this a darker, nope, this is a milk chocolate. So we have we have a milk chocolate and peanut butter here. And I'm thinking I want to try a Zinfandel. And I want to try a Zinfandel because I think that it's going to hold up to the nuttiness. So I want to try the Zinfandel. Again, very mellow. It's very mellow, very dry. There's not a lot of tannins. There's not a lot of bite. So let's see. Let's try the peanut butter, chocolate, and there's even like little wafers in there. Let's try this. So a nice candy bar. Again, milk chocolate, so it's a little bit sweeter. But the peanut butter kind of cuts through that a little bit. So let's pair them together. Not bad. It really does. The peanut butter and the Zinfandel really do work together. Again, the milk chocolate's a little bit sweet, so it almost makes the Zinfandel like sour, on the verge of being sour. But it is a nice pairing. It is a nice contrast. So if you don't want something that's like in your face, sweet, 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 it's a nice pairing. But because there's not a lot of like strong tannins in the Zen, that's why it works well with the milk chocolate. So it's really the chocolate itself, milk, white, dark, that's going to help focus what wine it is. Next, we're going to do peppermint and wine. This might be really, really bad, and I might completely blow out my palate, but we're going to try this. I can't say I've done peppermint with wine. I'm going to go with a Moscato because the Moscato is sweeter, and the peppermint is going to be in your face sweet. And so I'm hoping that the sweetness and the dark chocolate will work well with the sweet wine. Okay, I know this Moscato, it's actually a very nice one. So let's get into this. Sweet, sweet, sweet. This is even sweeter than like Andes. Again, you can get this at Aldi's. Oh wow, sweet. Now I'm talking, this is not a candy bar that I could finish in a couple of days. A little bite. It's not very good together. I don't know why. Let's try it with this red. Let's go to our Pinot. Let's do the Pinot because Pinots are usually pretty bold, and I think that's what's missing, is that you need something to stand up to that super sweet peppermint. And maybe it will be a fail. Maybe we won't find a good pairing for peppermint. No, I don't know what it is. It's just the intenseness of the peppermint. It makes the wine sour because it's so sweet, and then you have the wine, and then the wine tastes like it's sour. So let's go to our sweet wine again, to our ice wine. All right, another taste of the peppermint. Okay, that's a good pairing. So the peppermint and the ice wine go well together. This is a hard one to pair. It is so rich and sweet that pairing it with anything that has like tannins or is dry, it fights. We can't do that. Okay, I said that was my last one, but it's not actually. I have just a plain old milk chocolate. And I just wanted to do this plain old milk chocolate, nothing with it, with this nice Pinot Noir. because plain old nice milk chocolate I said that was the last one, but I actually have one more I want to try. So this is a milk chocolate eclair. So it's basically a chocolate caramel. And I want to try this with our Pinot. So I think the caramel notes and the milkiness hopefully will go well with Pinot. But let's find out together. Okay. It's a caramel. Chocolate caramel. That's okay. You know, that's a nice pairing. It's not probably my first pairings. It's a nice pairing. The Pinot is usually not like, it's kind of grapey. It's not super, super dry. And you couldn't have a dry with this caramel because it would, again, fight and it would turn the wine sour. That's going to be a little difficult one to try. I'm going to actually try the Moscato with this caramel. I'm going to go old school or caveman or something. That's better. That's a lot better. And it's better because the Moscato has a brightness that kind of just cuts through the super, super sugar. That's actually a really nice pairing. A Moscato and a caramel chocolate. That's wonderful. So, are we done? Well, with our pairings, we're done. But I wanted to bring to you a wonderful, drink. Not like. So that is our pairings. But I wanted to bring to you this wonderful drink that I'm late to the party to get to, but I wanted to show this to you. We are going to use Crown chocolate, and we're going to use a pistachio liqueur. This is amazing. It's also amazing in hot cocoa. But we're going to just do a splash of Crown chocolate, and I'm not usually a Crown person. And we're going to do equal amount of splash of the pistachio. So we have basically a Dubai chocolate in a glass, right? So we have pistachio and the Crown chocolate. Oh, okay. Let's taste it together. Oh, that is so strong, that is so rich, and that is so freaking good. I don't know what it is with pistachio and chocolate. Whoever in Dubai thought that up was a genius. Wow. So we did a lot today. We paired 5 chocolates, I believe, and we got to sip one of my favorite little shots of the pistachio and the Crown. But yeah, what do you think? Are you going to buy your loved one chocolate and or wine? I hope that you pair them. That would really make a nice little gift. Do a nice chocolate, whatever their favorite chocolate is, right? So if you're going to do like a dark chocolate, then you could do a darker, richer red wine. If you're going to do a white chocolate, you definitely need like a much lighter, sweet white, or go the other opposite and go like a tawny port. You know what? We need to try the Dubai chocolate. Ooh, so we're going to try this Dubai chocolate with our little shot of pistachio and Crown. Let's see how this works together because they're the same flavors. Let's try this. Wow. That so opens up. Amazing. So we're going to recap. If you're going to do a dark chocolate, then a dark wine should work really well together, because if you do a dark chocolate and a super sweet wine, or a really milky chocolate and a really dry wine, they're gonna fight. You don't want to fight. It to be a nice explosion of flavor that matches together in your mouth. If you want a super strong, super sweet chocolate, you gotta have a super sweet wine. And again, a nice champagne always works well with a super sweet chocolate, or these ice wines, these super sweet wines are going to work really well with a super milky, creamy, sweet chocolate. In closing, Valentine's equals chocolate and wine. Match made in absolute heaven. A wonderful gift, a wonderful pairing. But you got to make sure that it pairs well, because you don't want any arguments over Valentine's Day. So thank you so much. Have a fantastic Valentine's Day with you, your family, your friends, your hubby, your special person, or your cat. Whatever it might be in your life, have a fantastic Valentine's Day. Thank you so much, and please come back, subscribe, come back, and I would love to know what your Valentine's Day plans are. Bye-bye.